Oceanside where I live, oh my gosh, every other person sells Scentsy and it's a saturated market. It's not a saturated market. None of you live anywhere in California that's coming anywhere near saturation or a concentration level. The opportunity is insane. The DSA, the Direct Sellers Association, considers a market saturated for a company when 10% of the population sell the product. There are 37.3 million people in the state of California. That means to reach saturation or a high concentration level, we'd have to have 3.73 million Scentsy consultants in the state. And according to the last consultant newsletter, we were at about 10,700. And when you look at that 10,700, they're not even all active. So the number is even lower than that. So I want to dispel this saturation, the concentration. We really are in the startup phase that Steve talked about earlier. So keep that in the back of your head. Recruiting, I really think, is the key to growing your business. I want to tell a little bit about my Scentsy story. I joined Scentsy in November 2008, and I was a kidnapper. Do you guys know what a kidnapper is? How many of you were kidnappers? Okay, welcome to my world. All right, and some of them are superstar directors in here who are kidnappers, like I am. I signed up on a whim. I had no direct selling experience, and quite honestly, I was really ignorant about the opportunity and what recruiting was. I didn't even know I could recruit. I didn't know I could build a team. The first couple of people who came to me wanting to join, I said, and I mean, I hate to admit this, I'm a superstar director. I said, well, you could probably sign up under this chick Erica that I signed up under. I went to her website and signed up, and I don't think that you can sign up under me. I'm not a leader. And I was really wrong. I thought 4 years ago that direct sellers were pushy people and that you couldn't make a lot of money in this business, and I was incredibly wrong. I had no idea what direct selling was about. And what the last 3 years and 3 months have done for our lives are remarkable. It's seriously changed everything for us. And a lot of that has to do with building a team and recruiting. So what I want you to take away is you have an incredible opportunity in front of you. If you work hard, if you believe in yourself, if you set goals, if you work each and every day at your business, it doesn't matter if you know a lot about direct selling. It doesn't matter if you sent the first couple of people to someone else's website. You can become a superstar director. You can build a business with a downline in the thousands. You really determine your destiny. So let's dig into recruiting. All right, so let's talk a little bit about recruiting. Why would you want to recruit? Well, recruiting is really how you're going to grow your business. You increase your income through recruiting. You cannot move beyond certified consultant unless you build a team. That means you're capping out your potential long-term income at 25% of what you sell, or 30% on a month when you sell $2,000 or more. You can't become a leader, a director. You're stuck where you are. Your long-term success in direct selling comes from moving into the leadership ranks. Oracle talks a lot about growing your team wide. And I know some of you are familiar with the concept, but I want to just kind of lay it out for you. When you grow your team wide, you're building your base of frontline consultants. Those are the people who sign up directly under you. And when you do that, and you do that successfully, and you teach them to do the same thing, that's how you grow a deep and big team. That's how your numbers grow exponentially. You want to recruit for a reason. You know, how many of you have had your lives changed by Scentsy? Whether it be, that's a fair number. Whether it be a little more money, I love the corporates in the back raising their hands too. Whether it be a little more money in your pocket, or you've come out of your shell, or you've found your purpose in life, or it's changed everything for you. It doesn't matter. There are, well, 3.73 million people in the state of California who could have that opportunity, but if you don't share it with them, they're not going to have it. Scensy's a blessing. Share it. Give other people the opportunity to change their lives. And, you know, for those of you who who's been on an incentive trip here? That's a lot of hands. Who's going to Punta Cana? Woo! And that's exactly why there's probably not going to be a buy-in. Did you see all those hands? So people think, I've got to be a crazy seller to earn an incentive trip. No, you don't. Recruiting and team building is key to earning an incentive trip. And I'm not a crazy recruiter. I'm not a crazy seller. I'm consistent at both. But I earned the Hawaii trip almost solely on team building and recruiting. So it's a way to earn these insane trips. All right, so those are some reasons why you want to recruit. Mary Christensen is one of my favorite direct selling gurus, and she says, sell and earn for the month. Recruit and earn forever. What you sell today is your commission on the 10th of next month. The recruiting you do this month is your long-term income for years to go. So people say, how do I grow a big team? Do I have to be a crazy recruiter? Do I have to recruit 5 or 10 people a month? Heck no. That's not my style. I average maybe 1 to 2 recruits a month. Some months are higher, some months really are lower. But consistency is the key. And so I want to give you an example of the difference consistency can make in building a team. On the screen you see 2 directors. They both joined Sensi on the same day. Director 1 probably did well selling, but really didn't focus on recruiting. They recruited, on average, about 1 person every other month. So at the end of a year, they had 7 consultants in their front line. They actually had a director in their front line, so someone was really working their business under them. And their monthly income was about $1,021 a month. Now that's a nice bit of change, but how many of you want more? Okay. So director number 2 got out there and recruited. On average, 2.5 recruits each month. They had 4 downline directors, and their income was triple, over $3,000 a month. And that is the value of recruiting. I don't get the remote much often in my house either. All right, so let's give you some simple strategies to help you make recruiting a little bit easier. First of all, there's no secret to recruiting. All right? I wish there was, but there's no secret. The key to recruiting is actually loving what you do. Your passion and your enthusiasm is really the best tool that you have. When you love what you do and you let it show, people are driven to you. People will come to you and want to sign up and join. When you're miserable, when you go to a party and you're tired and it's Friday night and you really don't want to be there and I thought there'd be 12 people, there's only 8, everyone at the party knows it. They're not going to want to sign up under you because you're cranky. When your customers call you and they're excited, hey, do you have a brick of this? Do you have a bar of that? And you're like, I do, but the baby just threw up and I can't get it to you today and it's a bad day. Well, you're sending a negative vibe. Think about the message that you're sending. Ooh, maybe we don't want to turn that. Oh, I'm back. Remember, you're offering an opportunity to someone. You're not bothering them, you're blessing them. When I was on a training call probably about 2 years ago, and this was a huge changing point in my mindset. The director who was doing the call said, you know, I stopped thinking about the fact that I was bothering people by talking to them about Sensi. And I started thinking about how I could be a blessing to them. Don't make an assumption that you're bothering people when you talk about Sensi. Let them decide if it's right for them. It's not for you to decide. But if you don't share the opportunity with them, you're shorting them of a chance to make a decision that might change their lives. There's 3 parts to every party. Most of us go to parties and our focus is to sell. Are you forgetting that you're there to build a team too? Don't push, don't arm twist, but make sure that it's an active part of your party conversation. I'm very laid back. I say, hey, I gotta tell you, it's the best $99 that I've ever spent. We've gone amazing places. It's changed a ton for us, and I'd love to talk to you more about it if you have questions. But I don't arm twist. Always have recruitment packets with you. This is my recruitment packet, and it's pretty basic. Again, don't use a remote much. This is my recruitment packet. It's pretty basic. There's a slide a little later on that shows you, gives you some ideas of what to put in it. Make sure, though, that you have recruitment packets with you. What you put in them is up to you. Personalize them for your needs, but make sure you have them with you all the time. When you travel, When you're in your car, when you're in your purse in the grocery store, you never know when someone's going to ask. Brand yourself. Car vinyls, Scentsy gear, it's incredibly important to growing your business. I walked out of Target one day, and there was a lady standing behind my car writing down my information, right? I was a little freaked out, to be honest, to start with. But, and I think she was too. She was like, what are you walking up to me for? And I was like, it's my car. I pulled into the parking lot, Christmas, I was doing some Christmas shopping, I pulled into the parking lot of Michael's in Ulta, and I got out of my car, and I was in a mad dash, started hustling into the store, and I realized there was someone behind my car. Like, you're kind of blocking me in. I was like, that's weird. I realized they wanted some Scentsy, they wanted a catalog, and she's like, hello, you know? And it was because I had a vinyl in my car. So it really does pay off, and they're like $25, $30 maybe. I've had mine for about 2.5 years, they may have gone up. So make sure you brand yourself, and make sure you always have an active seed list. I talk a lot about planting seeds. The seeds are the people who you think would be great Scentsy consultants. Plant seeds, talk a little here and there about Scentsy. Fertilize and nurture those seeds. Share the new exciting things that are coming. But have a seed list. Make sure you have a list. Megan Clements, who's a fabulous superstar director in Canada, she calls it our hit list. But I call it my seed list. So, make sure you have a list of those people who you think would be great at this. And when someone comes off that list, put someone else on it. And remember never to prejudge anyone. People join Scentsy for different reasons. We have people who join because they need to put their kids through college, or to pay for braces, or because they want to get out of the house for an hour once a week and have some adult interaction. We have people who sign up because, financially they don't need the money, but they need the tax write-off. So don't judge who would be a good consultant. Offer the opportunity to all of them. Maybe. Or not. Seriously? There. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about long-distance recruiting. We've shared some ideas on why you want to recruit and some simple strategies. So I want to focus a little bit on why you want to build a long-distance team. Building a long-distance team is key. I started my business in North Carolina, and I quickly moved to California. My husband calls it my spider web. He does, and it looks like a spider web. Our team grew to all 50 states in less than a year, and we were spread all over the place. There's incredible value in that. You are spreading your business to communities where it's brand new, and it's easy to do. You don't have to move cross country to make this happen. You all know people who know people who know people who know people in other areas. And your goal is to tap into those people who know people who know people who know people. So there's some ways you can do it. First of all, use social media. Now, I love Facebook. It is an incredible time zapper. I could delete myself from probably 120 groups I've been added to, okay? But there's incredible value to Facebook. The value to me in Facebook is not posting every other day. Do you want to join my team? It's $99. Hey, have you seen this Warmer of the Month? The value is sharing your opportunities and your experiences. If you didn't post on there this morning that you were excited about going to Spring Sprint, you missed an opportunity. If you didn't post that you love the adorable Scentsy buddy in your kit, you missed an opportunity. If that's where your opportunity is. If you didn't post that you're on the trip to Punta Cana, and if you don't post like crazy while you're there, you're missing a huge opportunity. That is the opportunity with social media. Ask for distant leads at parties. When you do parties and events, make sure you're talking about all the other places that we're open for business. We're open for business in Region 2, in Canada. You may not know anyone in the UK, but a person at the party may have a sister who lives in the UK, and unless you bring up that opportunity, they don't know. Send out distance basket parties. Basket parties are a key component to my business. My business at this point is fundraisers, basket parties, and events. I do home parties, but not as often. So distance basket parties are great. When you send a distance basket party out, the hostess is doing all of the work for you. She's selling the product for you. And those people who get the product delivered to them, they need to order more. And they're going to order more by going to your website or by buying it from her. So make sure you plant seeds with every basket party that's long distance. When you travel, make sure you take your business on vacation with you. Drop your catalog